Welcome back to the Suburban Ford 7 Sports Cave. Justin Rose alongside Dan Leach. 97 won the ticket.
Always a pleasure.
You always blow it up.
You have to blow it up, man. You got to go like this, like that, and then, yeah.
This guy, you are a ratings machine. Love it.
I try. Hashtag Leach effect.
You want to know who else is a ratings machine? Mike Foss, sitting in the control room right now. He's been scouring Twitter for the best 7 Sports Cave tweets of the morning. Mike, you should have saw the catch I just made when the ball. It was fantastic. But what's going on in the Twitterverse right now?
Well, I don't want to say that Tigers fans are hitting the panic button just yet, but you did talk in the first segment about the possibility of maybe exploring a trade with David Price, and that did touch off some Twitter reactions, so let's get right into it. The people using that hashtag 7SportsCave, start with Sean, who says, with Miggy on the shelf, sell, get what you can for Price, Cespedes, and Soria. There's always next year. The U says, I think they need to sell Price and Cespedes because they can't afford to re-sign them. Detroit Sports Podcast says, it's time to make that choice. Go all in. Buy, buy, buy. Araldis Chapman, Ryan Howard, Ben Zobrist, Chris Johnson from Atlanta, Hamels. Patty says, season hinges on pitching. Of course it does. Good pitching always beats good hitting. Bullpen. Daniel says, this talk about who plays first or if McCann is ready is all superfluous until we get bullpen help. And finally, Dan with a question, besides Price, who can help go deeper into games? Guys?
Excellent stuff from the Twitters out there. Appreciate all the tweets. I think that we got to start with, well, of course, the bullpen is
a gas can, maybe.
But you get guys for the future of your bullpen in trades with guys like David Price. You get a quality starter and a young arm and a bullpen reliever for David Price. I think you easily get 3 pitchers for his arm.
And getting to the question, someone mentioned, buy, and I'm a poker guy and I like going all in. It's not like the Tigers are holding pocket aces right now. But like I said, I've kind of moved over in the sense that the Tigers are a game and a half out of the wild card. They're 5 out of the division. They're still alive. But if they're worried they're not going to be able to re-sign David Price, and they can get, as you mentioned, a starter, a bullpen arm, a left-handed bat, which they need anyway, and it's at a high level, you've got to think about it. But I just look at this team right now, and without David Price for the rest of this year, without that anchor, the true ace at the top of the rotation, I'd feel pretty bad about it, relying on Alfredo Simon, Justin Verlander. I know Sanchez almost had a no-hitter, but he's been up and down. That's what scares me.
One of the tweets we just talked about, not being able to afford Cespedes, Price in the future. And I don't know if I'm going to buy that quite yet. I think the Illiches have shown that they want to bring a winner. They brought a consistent winner. I don't know. I mean, the Max Scherzer thing was one thing, and I think that they offered him a pretty ridiculous contract to stay here, but more is more, and more was somewhere else. It wasn't here. So it'll be interesting to see what they want to do. But my gut tells me that if this team wants to look itself in the mirror and have a hard truth after 4 straight division titles, it's time to get younger and get better.
Well, listen, you look at this team, and they've been a contender, as you mentioned. I mean, basically since Leland was around, except for 1 year. And Tigers fans seem to forget what it was like in the lead years in the 90s and 2000s. It's not the worst thing in the world to regroup for the next 5 years if it means 1 year off of the playoffs. But you got to make sure you make the right decision at the right time.
Dan Leach on top of it, as always. All right, we're coming.